And I think a couple of questions on our end. Could I call on the BBC?
Thank you. Chris Mason from BBC News. Prime Minister, your aim as a Conservative Party at the last general election was a full free trade deal with America. Isn't the simple truth of what's been announced today an acknowledgement of a failure to do that? And to the present, why won't you do a full trade agreement with the UK? Thank you.
Thanks. So if you look at what we've announced today, what it does is respond to the particular opportunities and challenges that we face right now and into the future. And it asks the question, what do we need to do working together that can bring most benefit to our citizens as quickly as possible? And our agreement does that. It's a first-of-a-kind agreement that's ambitious in what it seeks to achieve. I think that I've structured it around a couple of different areas. The first is economic security, because the challenges we face are much more economic in nature. Big subject of our discussions at the G7 recently. And the only way we're going to meet those challenges is to work together, to strengthen the resilience of our supply chains, to research the technologies of the future together. And that's what we've announced today, is a partnership that will deepen our cooperation to strengthen the economic security, and that's good for all our citizens at home. And those risks have intensified in the past couple of years. I think that's very evident. But it also seeks to build prosperity and create jobs in both of our countries. We've announced billions of pounds of investment into the UK, which is going to support thousands of jobs. And the agreement that we've struck today will continue to do that. It will support tens of thousands of small businesses in the UK, removing unnecessary red tape so that they can trade and do business in the US far easier. And I think those types of specific targeted measures that will deliver real benefits to people as quickly as possible are the right things for us to be focused on. But I think be in no doubt, as Joe and I were discussing earlier, the economic relationship between our two countries has never been stronger. The trade is worth hundreds of billions of pounds or dollars a year. Over 1 million of our citizens in each other's countries work in each other's companies. We're one of the largest investors in each other's countries, and that trade is growing at something like 20% last year. So the relationship is strong, it's booming, but our agreement today focuses on the particular challenges, opportunities of the moment we're in, and I think that's the right thing for us both to be focused on.
I think we had a really good discussion today about our economic relationship, and we launched negotiations on critical materials and an agreement to deal with climate crisis. For example, there is no reason why Great Britain will not play a major role in not only critical materials, but in investing in the United States of America in all of our initiatives relating to the need for critical materials, including battery technology and a whole range of things, number one. Number two, cooperating on data and AI. It is a limitless capacity and possibility. But we have to do it with great care, not relative to one another, but relative to the issue. Because when I convened the leaders in AI, about, I think there were 13 here in the United States, the very architects of this AI, they're also very concerned about it getting out of hand. And we got to make sure we're all on the same page. And we're looking to Great Britain to lead that effort this fall in putting together a proposal, a group of nations to deal with, how do we deal with this? It not only has the potential to cure cancer and many other things that are just beyond our comprehension, but it has the potential to do great damage if it's not controlled. And so we're looking for, I'll overstate it, we're looking for watermarks on everything that has to do with produced by AI, so we know from whence it comes. But there's a lot we have to do. We're also addressing the national security risk posed by certain types of outbound investments. I had a discussion with Xi Jinping in China. Why was I not transferring certain technological capabilities? And I said very simply, because you're using them for weapons of mass destruction and intelligence intervention. And I said, if we could work out something on that, we'd have a very different relationship. So what we're trying to do is figure out how together we can make sure that we have the, let me back up and say it this way. I don't think ever in the history of human endeavor has there been as fundamental potential technological change as is presented by artificial intelligence. It is staggering. It is staggering. You have some of these leaders in the industry talking about how they're concerned whether the machine will be able to begin to think for itself, not need to be programmed. I mean, it's just, I know it sounds like science fiction, but it is close to science fiction, some of the things. It has enormous potential. And we're looking to Great Britain to help lead that effort to figure out a way through this. So we're in full, total cooperation. Because there's no country we have greater faith in being able to negotiate this, not negotiate with individuals, negotiate our way through this, than the Prime Minister. And so we're in lockstep.